Okay. You do that right away.
What? Oh, the terrible jokes?
No, start the recording right away.
Yeah, I like recording banter.
You don't think you should like ask me for my consent?
Bitch, look. Okay.
Hmm. I have an energy drink, but I put it in a clear glass so that I don't know. In my head, I was like, this is a cool move.
Classy.
Mhm.
I like that. I I feel like I should check with you. Did you relieve yourself in the lavatory?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Oh, hold on.
I do pee a lot though, so I mean, that doesn't mean
Okay.
anything.
Okay. That means you're hydrated. That's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, well, if we have to, we could always take bathroom breaks if needed. Okay? Don't be shy.
I won't. Can you hear me also? It's like hot, so I have a fan on, but I was like, I don't know if it's like loud or you cannot hear it at all.
I don't notice it, so you're
Okay.
fine. Yeah, you're good. But how you been? Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Don't answer that yet. Let me do the live intro. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Rated G. I'm your host, the one and only G. Terado. For those that are new here, welcome to the show. This is a podcast where I sit down and share honest discussions and conversations, all related to art and creativity, usually with fellow artists, creators, crafters, creative entrepreneurs, anything related to art. Yeah, it's pretty much it. And we just talk about other things that we're interested in life. My God, there's a train going by right now. Yes. So if you enjoy this content and you resonate with it, you vibe with it, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially if you are tuning in via podcast platforms like Apple, Google, Spotify. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Like, leave a comment, all that good jazz. And and then if you are a returning listener or viewer, welcome back to the show and thank you for your continued support. Now be sure anytime I'm featuring a guest on the podcast to check out the show descriptions in case you want to continue to follow us outside the podcast. I will always provide links in the descriptions. And that's about it. Now I'm very excited because we have a returning guest. I will say her debut on Rated G may have it is the most viewed episode on YouTube. I haven't checked the Spotify stats, but my God, what an impact that's been. So without further ado, please welcome back Jenna Davis.
It's me. I'm back. I just saw the glasses sitting there and I was like, this will be hilarious. It was
Keep them on. What are you doing? Keep them on.
Well, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Baller.
I look like more of an artist with them on.
Yeah. I feel like fuck it. It's too late. I was thinking maybe I should grab shades, but no.
Well,
But
I'll take mine off. I feel weird.
Is that how, like, I don't know, if in the future, if you find yourself doing more, I hate to use the word interviews, but if you do more of these like appearances, is that going to be like your intro line? Like, it's me.
Maybe.
I
didn't even really know that I said that, actually. So,
really? All right. I have to
never know.
All right. Well, I'll do a playback. I'm pretty sure you do that.
It's me. I'm back. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks. It's me. Okay.
Yes, it's you.
I it sounds correct. I just,
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not poking fun at you. It's
well,
just I guess it's just entertaining.
thank you.
But yeah, episode 114.
Oh, wow.
That's the episode you were on.
Oh,
And
what is this?
this
Which
is
one's this?
this is 120, episode
Nice.
120. So I mean, yeah, the podcast it's getting up there with all the releases, but yours on your first appearance, like holy shit, so many views. Have you happen to see like I don't know, every now and then do you wonder like how many views your appearance has had?
A little bit, but also my parents have kept me up to date on that because
Really?
they have watched it like 4 times, and every time they're like, they'll text me or call me and be like, oh, that was so good, or like when you guys did that, it was funny. So they've been like keeping me updated
Oh, that's
on that. Yeah, they were excited, and they really liked you a lot, so they were like, oh wow, this was so good. I was like, thank you.
I'm glad they were I'm glad they were amused by it. I think it's great that they're supporting you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so because there are other comments and I can tell the affiliation for the most part, but there are a couple I wasn't sure. I don't know. But have you seen any of the comments? Have they told you some of the comments that they've seen? There's a couple here. I can read them off to you. They're nice.
Well, yeah, I would have to assume it's people that we know, right? I mean, I don't know.
Me.
No, not you. Okay, not you, but yeah, but at least, they're discovering you even if they know me. So
yeah, someone said there was a definite Bobby Lee, the spirit of Bobby Lee flowing abundantly.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Well, okay.
Agree to disagree. No,
Yeah.
no. There's a lot of. I was just, it's nice. I mean, like not to be all like, but this is the most engagement to the podcast in general. Like I was like, oh shit, a lot of people. Even if the views were by the same person, but even still, I'm like,
can you tell that? I've always wondered, like, I was actually thinking about this last night because something I was going to ask you about was if you are a fan of Bo Burnham, but he was talking about in something how much YouTube, like obscure YouTube, he watches all the time. And I just had this thought in my head. I was like, I guess you wouldn't know because it doesn't tell you who's watching, right? It just says like somebody watched it. And then obviously, if people subscribe or comment. But I was like, wow, what if you had like famous people watching and you wouldn't know. You'd have no idea.
Yeah,
unless they told you.
They definitely don't tell you who's watching, or I don't go very deep with the analytics, but I'm sure there's like you can kind of go as far as knowing what regions and all that basic shit. But yeah, I mean, I just assume multiple views are by a handful of people, or whatever, maybe a couple handfuls. But I mean, even still, just the interest, knowing that they're interested enough to keep coming back, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't know what it was about that episode. I mean, it was a great. I love that episode. I had a lot of fun. Even just editing it too. That was a lot. There was a lot of editing in that one. But it was a lot of fun. I'm not complaining. It was totally worth it. So I hope that was a factor in that too, with the sound effects and stuff, because I do enjoy doing that. But you can't pull that off with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how would you reflect on your experience the first time? And it's okay. You won't hurt my feelings.
Well, mostly my rash is starting already.
Oh,
So that's all I'm focused on right now. So everybody know that I know, we know, everybody knows. Okay.
I can cover it for you.
Just have like a like the when somebody's naked, that thing over my neck the whole time.
Pixelation.
Yeah. Okay. Pixelation. I was like, the bars.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun and I thought it was like I would my only thing is I got self-conscious and I was worried that I was like being too dominant in it or something. I was like, when I kept being like asking you questions, I was like, maybe that was rude. Maybe I should have like backed off. But since I feel like we're like friends already, I was like, I don't think he cares. But I just get in my head. So I was like, oh, was I like too much, But other than that, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we actually
I took it all back.
well, we did talk about that not long after recording. We kind of felt that same way. I said the same shit. I was like, I hope I gave you enough space to talk, share your story and talk about the things that you do and all that. I don't mind when my guests ask questions. It makes it more fun, because it is like a dance, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so you got two partners. Yeah, I don't mind when people ask me questions. I welcome that. It makes the conversations fun because then if I have to, I'll try to keep leading the conversations, but I think it just makes it more interesting to because then it lets me know what's going on in your head too, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, I thought you were great. I was basically worrying about the same shit you were. I was questioning because I go on my tangents, so I've been trying to be more self-aware about that lately. Yeah.
Why? Like, is it bothering you, or you just noticed it, or what? I don't even really know what you mean by that, but
I'm long-winded, so it just takes forever for me to get to the point. So that's just, yeah, I'm trying to cut that short. And I use mundane language, so just trying to, yeah, I don't know. Guess I'm just trying to.
It is like a weird thing of starting to critique one thing that did bother me about myself was I felt like I said the word like a lot. And I know that I do that. And I think it's a generational age thing kind of, but when I like watched it back once, and I was the first time I had to I had to pause it because I just kept thinking, oh, I said like again. Oh, I said like again. And I was about to say it again right now. So I don't notice it, but then when you're watching yourself, you notice everything. So I'm trying not to say it. So if you see me try to control myself from saying like, that's what I'm doing. But it just comes up a lot more than I thought it did in my speech patterns.
We're gonna start sounding like fucking robots.
I know.
Hello.
I'm gonna use words I've never used before.
Welcome back to Rated G.
It was as if like,
yeah. I say a lot, and some days I feel like I've been better about it, and then other days it's hard to tell. When I review the audio, then I catch them like fuck.
Yeah.
I had a guest recently, and I don't know, I think I was projecting, but she was an older woman, did a lot of producing and directing jobs, worked for Sega for a bit. Her name's Marlene Sharp, and
I watched part of that.
Yeah, and it actually, I don't know, I was really nervous about it because I don't know, a lot of people I've been talking to have been around my age or younger, so I don't know, not to lie, I have my older buddies on. I don't know, I guess I just didn't know her well, and she's
a real adult.
Yeah, and
yeah.
So I just was very, I don't know, I was just trying to be more professional, I guess, but she was super sweet and was like, no, don't change don't change for me. My God, there are maintenance guys on the roof right now. I don't know if you can
I
hear
can't hear anything.
so I'm hearing they're like right up above me. Hey, you need a drink? Something? Anyway. Um, well, I hope I was wondering the first, like, I didn't cross any like lines or anything the first time, right? Like
I have a
no
list.
red flags, huh?
No, just kidding. No. No. If anyone did, it was me, and I'm not gonna say why, but we all know why.
Huh.
I brought up a certain dictator like 4 times.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hmm.
Okay, that's good.
Hmm.
Do you actually not know?
Hmm. Huh? I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I was like, am I gonna have to say it now again? I'm not gonna say it. I don't know. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about okay.
I mean, hey, it's okay. You know, we're just talking about a vegetarian who was an artist, you know.
Just similar to myself in just those 2 ways. No other way.
Well, what kind of energy drink you got there? Because it's red. Whoa, like,
It's cherry slush flavor. Do you want me to just show you?
is it like some? Oh,
Alani New. I don't know. I just got it at the grocery store.
you want to do an ad? Do a fake ad?
No, because I don't think I like it enough to like give it an ad. I just did that thing this morning. I woke up really early and couldn't get back to sleep. So I'm trying to like be fun.
By drinking energy drink.
Yeah. Which is, it's really just, I'm going to be just as tired, but my heart's going to be like racing.
Oh,
It's like
no.
that meme where it's like a skeleton sitting there dead, but he's just like, like caffeine doesn't, coffee, I know for a lot of people, like they like have to have coffee.
Mm.
And I wish coffee helped me in that way. It doesn't. It just more makes me like feel anxious and like I'm on like speed or something, but not mentally. Mentally, I'm like still just as tired, I feel like. So
Mm.
are you a coffee person?
No, but I drank pre-workout in the morning, so it's basically the same thing, really.
Yeah.
I try giving coffee a chance because I enjoy, like, I like it cold. I like the
Yeah.
coffee flavored ice cream, but I've drank like regular black coffee, even with a little bit of cream, and it's just I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
Did you know that there's a link between psychopaths and people who drink straight black coffee?
Is this from like one of those cult shows that you've been watching?
Probably, but I've heard it more than one place. Like there is like a psychological link between like, you know, because it's like there's a link between people who like hurt animals and serial killers. Like it's the same thing with like drinking black coffee. So there's a fun fact for you. Well, you're gonna have to look it up yourself because I might be wrong, but it'll give you something to Google.
The more you might know.
Yeah, the more you know, allegedly.
I get should I guess, hey, happy Pride Month.
Yeah, happy Pride Month. We're allies, I would assume. No.
What if I was just like, no?
Yeah. Like, unhappy. No. I was actually 2 of the drag queens that I love had made a joke about how as soon as it's June, all the big corporations are just like, hi, gay, and like decide they care about gay people all of a sudden. But so I like went through my email and I was counting all the emails I've gotten today from companies that had either the word pride really big or like the rainbow flag, and there was like 7 from just today. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Target and like random online stores.
Jesus.
But you know,
Yeah, that's how it is now. Also, your boy won that case.
I know we talked about it. No, we didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
No, I mean I meant him and I, but it was obviously a joke. I don't know him.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, and we are very thank you to everyone for your support of the case. I don't know. I have like weird feelings about it because
Are you really like invested? Well, are you big fan of his? I'm assuming you're a big fan of his before all this.
Yeah, like
Okay.
big. Like, I mean, not like weird big. I didn't go to the, I asked you to go.
Think about
but
it.
I didn't go.
Think about it.
That's the thing. Yeah. Okay, so prior to this, very, very big fan. And I actually like all the movies. Like, well, not all. I'm sure he's been in some bad movies, but
like his hits.
Yes, and like I love Tim Burton movies and all that. And I do believe they probably were talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case in case we didn't say that. She seems real crazy to me.
Not just to you.
Right. I have a fear of siding too hard with him and it's like we don't know what we don't know. So it sounds like they were both very bad for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he probably did drink too much and she pulled a lot of bad stuff out of him and he maybe pulled bad stuff out of her. I don't know, but I'm just glad that we like uncanceled him because I don't think he deserved it. And we didn't get any evidence to prove that he deserved it. So that's all we can go by, is like evidence, I guess. It's a weird thing though, the whole.
Well, it's definitely a toxic relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would just kind of assume, he lived like a rock star, so I'm sure he's fucked up too. He's got his flaws. We all do. He's lived a crazy wild life. So yeah. I don't know. I'm actually not, I really haven't been keeping up with the case. Like I just see some of the headlines and thumbnails of articles, but I don't really get too deep into like invested on knowing exactly what's happening. But
well, I watched like one video on it and then it's been like every day since. My recommended is just live streams of the case and all that. So it's like, and then I watch one TikTok where it's like funny things that happened in court. And then my whole TikTok feed is that. And it's like, oh my gosh, it feels weird. Cause I mean, it is their lives, like they're entertainers, but this is their real life. So it does feel weird. I don't know. Knowing everything about it has been weird. And I don't really know why that was allowed. I don't know all the stuff that goes into that, but
yeah. Are you mean like as far as basically broadcasting every
like the whole thing?
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know, man. I think it's just social, like I think that's what social media has done now, like giving it more access.
Yeah,
there's so many platforms. I mean, that algorithm, it's crazy. I try to be real careful, but especially nowadays about my algorithm on I mean, I really just use Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram has been great. I've somehow managed to keep a nice steady flow of things that I really do enjoy that keep me inspired. Facebook is still a bit rocky, but I think that's just because I'm connected to more friends and family.
Right.
Before I realized on Instagram, this is how much of an idiot I am. But I didn't realize you can just mute posts of people that you follow. Like you can mute their stories and their posts. Were you aware of that?
Well, no, I mean, I probably would have guessed you could do that, but
Uh,
I didn't actually know. Like, I've never done it.
I didn't even consider that was an option. I just thought it was like you follow or unfollow or
Yeah.
block. But I because my algorithm, I was just getting I don't know. It's the same way I get when I'm looking through scrolling through Facebook long enough and just seeing how miserable everyone is. Like that starts affecting me. So I just started unfollow. I just kept it like, all right, I'm just gonna follow artists and anything creative related.
Yeah.
And I started unfollowing people, friends, family, and all that. Made a personal account so I can stay connected that way, which I really should have done in the beginning. Um, but ever since then, I kind of kept my sanity a little bit better. But Facebook's
Yeah.
still a bitch, so I don't know. You know.
It's, yeah, especially lately with just everything that's been going on. I mostly have been happy to see that it seems like a lot of the people I'm like friends with and stuff are not posting things that I vehemently disagree with.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's impossible.
On which
No,
account? On which platform are you referring to? Facebook.
mostly Facebook, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Because I feel like on my like design Instagram, it's mostly either like good friends that I follow or other artists. So it's not as much of that, but
Mhm.
Facebook, it's like, some third cousin you met 2 years ago or whatever, not 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like people that where it's like I'm not gonna defriend them because that feels weird, but
Right.
also I don't need to see them.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
I've been on Facebook. I've been snoozing a lot of people,
Yeah.
and not unfriending, but unfollowing. So I'm still connected.
Hmm.
Uh, but again, just because it's just I get tired of seeing the shit, and it's when it's like a same pattern of behavior. It's like, all right, I don't need to see this.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch when the time comes. Something will bring us together. But I'm good. I'm good on seeing their shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I gonna say about Instagram? Yeah, I don't know. There are some artists that I follow, and they're just still like, I mean, obviously to each their own. Treat your account however you want, but I don't know. I get very particular when if I follow someone for their craft, and I don't mind getting to know the person behind the work, but like when you start posting your drama or all your other things not relating to, I guess, the creative. I mean, I'm being really like nitpicky, but I'm just saying like that's kind of how I'm drawn towards people like yourself. Like I'm interested in your work, and then I get to know you. But I mean, if like your stories are just filled with like drama or these things, that it's like I just like I would like to see your work. I want to see what you're creating, and even if you're not working on anything in particular, I don't know. Still, it's like why are you putting all this stuff on your feed? This is not inspiring.
Yeah. It's actually, this might be surprising, but in the clay community, there's like a lot of drama, like weird catty drama. And it's weird once you find that out because I think for a lot of people during the pandemic, they started some kind of hobby just to pass the time. And I think for a lot of people, clay and jewelry and a lot of different artistic stuff uh, is what they chose to do. And that's really cool. But for instance, so when you make, you can either like freehand use an X-Acto knife, like with these is what I did is, and cut them out, or you can use like, clay cutters that are just like cookie cutters, is like, you can use little cookie cutters. And I can't tell you how often I see people will try to like get people to go after someone else because they say that they're like stealing their designs. But it's like, you can't claim like a circle. You know what I mean? You can't be
Yeah.
like, the circle is my shape It's like, it's a circle. Like if it's this really, really intricate, very specific style, I can understand it to an extent. But just the other day, there was a girl posting about, she was like, I've been getting a lot of hate for being accused of stealing this shape. And then she posted, she was like, I bought this cookie cutter, whatever, on Etsy just to prove it to everybody. Like it's a shape that a lot of people make and a lot of people use. And it's just so weird. Like that she has followers going to someone else and being like, well, she's copying you. And it's like, because they used the same cookie cutter. Wow. Like that's what you're mad about. It's just, it's interesting. I mean, I think it's entertaining, to be honest. And I'm glad it's not directed at
like
me.
A group that you're in?
Well, yeah, I was in a group where people would post about that, but some of the other clay people that I follow will post on their stories and just update people, kind of being like, you know, if you have a problem with something I'm making, come to me, but don't like report my account because we're using the same cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
But that's a little different than what I'm referring to.
I know, but I'm just saying it's like petty, weird drama.
Yeah.
That it's like, how is that helping your like people who just want to see what you're creating?
Right.
And
I mean, hey, that's a great topic to discuss. You know, to sort of clarify that, you know, people outside of that realm wouldn't understand, like, oh, like that's
like what does it mean to copy?
Yeah.
When there's so many people creating the same thing. You know, and it's like, what, like there's that book, Steal Like an Artist. Did you ever read that?
No. I also don't read a lot.
Okay, somebody bought me the book and I've flipped through it. It's called Steal Like an Artist. Everyone should read it and then tell me what you read. But no, I mean, but it has to do with like the actual legal part of what, you know, the copyright and that stuff. And like the fact that I think especially young artists, we all go through the thing of like feeling like everything's been done before at this point. What can I do that's new or different or exciting or, you know, goes with my aesthetic? And it can get hard to know, okay, is this person copying me or did we just kind of have the same idea? And like, that's very possible, but it's also possible that they're copying, and how, you know, it's a weird like thing to navigate. I feel like.
I mean, you can kind of relate that with everything, really. Things kind of tend to get repeated. But I mean, I mean, it's just, I guess it depends. Maybe it's all like situational, into like, right, like I guess it depends on what designs we're talking about that are claimed copied. But yeah, I mean, and we're all like influenced by so much, so it's just bound to things to be repeated or reinterpreted, or however you want to say it.
I had a clay friend person who was saying that at one point they had unfollowed every person they followed that did clay except for like a couple of us, because they were like, I feel like I go down my Instagram feed and all I'm seeing is other clay makers, and it's like not helping my creativity at all. And I was like, I mean, I understand both sides of the argument, because I want to like support other people that are doing the same thing as me and we can help each other and all that. But it is hard to not constantly feel like you're copying something that you know, you got an idea from something you saw someone else do, and then you're like, well, am I copying? Like, you know, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Hey, that's valid though. I mean, kind of like, I guess I'll take back what I said earlier. I mean, that's part of what I was saying. When an artist's or creator's content is now seemingly to just focus on something else, just not, I mean, I'm sure it might be part of like their personality or something, but I mean, I don't know, when it doesn't help with the creative aspect, I don't know, I'm just like save that for like, that's like personal shit, like I don't know. Like it's not in, I don't know, I sound like an asshole when I say it out loud, because it's like everyone's got their serious issues that they got to deal with, but it's I don't know, when you start identifying with your issues, I think that's when it starts becoming a problem.
Yeah. Unless that's like your whole brand though,
Well,
which is a weird thing too, kind of.
well, I don't want to get too specific, but like I have a friend that um
What's their first and last name?
okay, so so and so living at, just
Yeah.
dox them, right? That's doxing, isn't that doxing?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe so.
I'm still trying to catch up with the lingo. Uh,
Hmm.
but they yeah, I don't want to get too specific, but they claim they have something. I'll just say like a disorder.
Hmm.
Um, they claim they have this thing, sort of self-diagnosed, and just a lot of their content that they put out is all that, just focusing on that type of stuff. And it's like, and it's no relation to the art. And I'm not saying it always has to be related to the art, but it's again like they're just focusing more of like what they identify with more than just pushing pushing the art and the creativity. I don't know. It sounds I can't articulate it in a way where I don't sound arrogant or anything, but it's just I see this like behavioral pattern with some people, and where they like identify with something so much where it kind of pulls them off track on what they were initially doing before then. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Well, and also that's why there's like the close friends on Instagram. Like I'll use that a lot
Yeah.
where, there's only like however many people, not that many people in there. So if I want to like bitch about something, sometimes I'll post to just my close friends,
Yeah.
because it's like people who just like have bought from me and only follow me to see my art. Like, I mean, I think they enjoy seeing my personality when it's like fun,
Yeah.
but I don't need them seeing like me being weird and complaining about things all the time. If
Yeah.
it's every once in a while, that's fine. But yeah, you like
Well, your
that's
fun personality is, I mean, I kind of made the assumption like that's not only who you are, but it is part of your brand. So, I mean, yeah, that like when you're doing stuff like that, but when it's like, I don't know, like we find out, oh, maybe you are dealing with depression. So all your shit is all like this, supposed to be funny TikTok depression content. And it's like, oh, Jenna, I want to see what your new line of earrings or
yeah.
new digital painting. Like, and again, right? Like, I get it. Like, if you're not in that flow and that state of mind, like, yeah, that shit happens to all of us. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want like to fill that gap with like all this other stuff. It's, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
feel iffy about it. And I'll admit, I have my moments where I start posting shit that's off brand. So like, I'm not saying I don't do it. I have done it. I've done it a lot in the past, and I think I've been a little bit better. If I do share anything in my stories that's not related to any of my art, it's fitness, because I am a big like advocate of, I'm all about that fitness lifestyle. So it's like, gotta take care of yourself if you want to keep creating art.
Yeah.
Like, in all seriousness, like I really, I really try. I was pushing that real hard before I decided to make a personal account, because my shit was all like art and fitness, and then it's just
Well, it's an interesting dynamic though, because you kind of think of those as like opposite things. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you have, I don't know, like you don't think of people who are super artistic always as being somebody who's like super into fitness as well. You kind of think of those people, and that's not true. Everyone's different. But I do think that's like an interesting, thing to see, that you're really into art and you're also really into fitness, because that's not something that you always see, or I don't anyway.
Yeah. Well, I used to be overweight. I used to be fat and overweight, and I mean, I really just try to push the just the functional aspect of fitness. We all work in sedentary settings. We're artists. We sit at our studio desk or computer, wherever, so I try to just always remind people, hey man, just get up for like a few minutes, just get that blood flow going. At one point when I was really active on my Patreon, I had a fitness tier where this was during quarantine, so all that free time. Yeah. So I was creating like these easy 5-minute workouts that you can do literally in the least amount of space. So
like with
like
paint cans and stuff.
Huh?
You're like exercising with your art equipment.
Actually, I did make a joke with that.
Take your paint cans.
I swear, I actually did throw that like a little joke like that in there, like doing lateral raises with like a stapler or some shit. Yeah. But no joke. I did like desk workouts, so like stuff you can do at your desk that won't require a lot of room. I mean, because realistically, and you don't have to. I mean, I'm not expecting people to go beast mode, but it's again like give yourself 3 minutes, out of your time just to loosen up, and yeah. So I was doing a lot of that, and the worlds were colliding in terms of like all my attention was going. I mean, it's kind of like with podcast and art, but it was art and podcast and fitness, and that just like was becoming a mess, and I was sort of getting all mixed up on like my true agenda on my page. So but now everything's better.
Good.
But how? All right, enough. See, I feel like I'm talking too much about myself. Forget about.
No, I just talked for like a long time, and then you responded for like a minute.
It didn't feel like a minute. It felt like an hour.
Well, this hasn't even been an hour, so that's not correct.
Look at you.
Fucking wrong.
Oh shit. Damn. That heat.
Yeah.
It's because I called you a bitch earlier, huh?
Yeah, it is. And I won't forget it.
I do sincerely feel bad. I was joking, but I do feel bad.
Yeah, well, it wasn't funny. So.
Well, I laughed inside.
Okay. Call yourself a bitch next time. Okay. If you think it's so funny.
I do call myself a bitch. Yeah.
This is actually a very pretty color.
It is. Well, that's why I asked what kind of energy drink. Usually they're all just fucking clear.
I know. Yeah, because it's cherry, whatever I said. Cherry slush. I don't know. Maybe I should be like worried. Like, why is it this color?
Is it real sweet? It looks real sweet just because it's red. It's
vegan, gluten-free, has biotin B6 and B12.
Okay.
And 0 sugar.
That explains the color. No food coloring, I guess.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at you being all healthy. All this healthy fitness talk.
That was mostly you, but yeah. Well, I was here. I was here for that too.
I was being inclusive. I was trying to.
Thank you. Yeah. I took the dog on a walk today, so I moved.
Say what now?
I mean, I took the dog on a walk, so
So you moved.
I was like 30-minute walk.
That's a good length. That's a good length. Yeah.
Feels like it.
Were you tired at the end?
Yes. It's like the first time it's been like 75 here. And so, I went out there not really expecting it. And then by the time you're back here, you're like, holy crap. Like I had to turn the air on for a little bit because it was warm. Dude,
it's been like 90 over here. It's fucking
hot
and humid. I mean, I know I'm wearing a hoodie, which kind of looked like me saying that and me wearing a hoodie, but I sit right underneath a vent, so I'm always like chilly.
Yeah.
Chili baby back ribs.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had baby back ribs.
Have you ever been to Chili's?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just eat their steaks.
Why? At Chili's? Is that like a thing? People get steaks at Chili's?
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Are you about to get on another food debate here?
Well, I've actually only really been to Chili's like twice in my life.
Oh, okay. What, you think you just get chili?
Uh, no, I thought somebody told me they had really good,
Steak.
not haven't heard that. The chips and dip or something. Doesn't like everybody get their salsa or like
Oh, yeah.
whatever, I don't know.
Like guacamole dip or some shit.
Well, that's not salsa, but sure. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
salsa. I mean, I don't fucking know. It's been a long time since I've been to Chili's.
What'd you have for dinner?
What did actually it was a weird combo. I had chicken salad and broccoli and Brussels sprouts, roasted broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
It's a very healthy dinner.
I guess I don't know. On chicken salad, it's a lot of mayo. A lot of
Yeah,
mayo.
but
I ate like half the container.
I
forgot
love
how
chicken salad
I forgot how good that shit is.
with
And
grapes in it.
no, but my wife does do that with tuna. Yeah.
You should do it with chicken salad.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is an interesting conversation. Let me talk to your wife about how she makes her. No. Yeah,
That was new to me. I didn't know people did that with the grapes because she did that, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why are you putting grapes in the tuna salad?"
well, I've never had it in tuna salad actually.
It kind of. I mean, I imagine it's the same effect for the chicken salad. Just
Yeah,
adds it sweetens it up.
yeah. Oh yeah. I make chicken salad like quite often. And I always experiment with the different like the pecans and the grapes and like whatever. I love it.
You know what
Plus,
else you do? You make some
what?
pretty sweet new earrings.
Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah, new
Yeah,
circus animal earrings.
they're like the cookies you eat when you're little.
Yep.
Here, hold on. See if I can do the like influencer thing. Nope. Yeah. Cute. Fun.
Yeah, show them again. Show them again. Sorry, because I. Yeah.
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 So the people that are just listening, where we are talking
Oh,
about.
sorry. Just got real quiet.
For those that are just listening, talking about these new earrings that Jenna made, the circus animals. Now, what brought up that idea?
Well, I think because of the Pop-Tarts, I was just trying to think of other foods that were cute. And I was like, oh yeah, what about those cookies everybody ate when they were little? And then I bought some to see what they look like, and they're kind of gross. I shouldn't say that. They're very good. I don't know why I said that.
Well, you ate some and they didn't taste as good.
Yeah, and to be fair, the ones I got were at the dollar store, so like I don't know
Okay.
if they were like the right brand. But anyway, I think they're cute and they're like fun, and yeah, I cut all of them out by hand, which I like literally laid the cookies down on the clay and then took an X-Acto knife and cut
Oh,
around the cookies.
oh my god.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I got some crumbs in it, and then I had to deal with that. So it actually wasn't a great idea, but I was like, if I order clay cutters, it's going to take weeks to get them. I might as well just like slap the cookie on there and cut around it.
Didn't you do brownies or blondies or like not too long ago?
I did an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, like the chocolate with the Yeah. And then somebody told me I should do bomb pops. I'm trying to figure out, because I think, those are cute and they're summery, but trying to figure out like how I would do that.
Oh, wait, what are those? Because you just kind of sparked an idea in my
Bomb
head.
pops, the like blue and white and red popsicle that you eat. It's like shaped like a rocket.
Oh, the firecracker.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They're called bomb pops, but yeah.
Where I come from.
In New Jersey. No, they're called bomb pops there too.
You just reminded me of this. Oh man, there's this thing. I was out with my wife's cousin and uncle, and we're out at this bar, and they play this game. They call them dollar bets. So basically, just bet anyone to do something. You bet them $1, right? If they do it, they get $1. So they did a dollar bet with me to go in front of like this couple that was sitting there at a table and dance in front of them or whatever. So I go over there and then I don't know what I said exactly, but I said like I asked them if they were dating, and then that I wanted to do a like ceremonial like tribal dance from my native people. And so they're like, sure. So I fucking dance and I'm just doing these ridiculous moves. And they're like, oh, so like, where's like, where are your native people from? And I was like, New Jersey.
I'm a native Jerseyan. How do you?
Jerseyan.
Yeah, New Jerseyan. Wow. Were you using like an accent or how
No.
that no.
No indication that I was like any, like, yeah, just a random brown dude that came up to this couple and danced in front of them, all for $1.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that for $1. I can't believe you did that for $1, actually. Well, maybe I would. It depends on my mood.
Going back to earrings though, every time you post your earrings, they do make me hungry.
I know.
Actually, there was something I wanted to bring up the last podcast with you, and now I mean, at least with me, there is a fascination and there's a community around like miniature art.
Yeah,
and
that's a big.
But it's like it's weird. Like I was thinking about it. I'm like, what is it about miniature art, miniature things that are just so intriguing? And I think they're fascinating. Like, I mean, I collect miniature figurines and all that. Polly Pocket, remember that shit? Mighty Max.
Yeah.
Like pocket toys. Like I love that shit. And then I mean, you see, well, maybe I don't know about you, but I would see TikToks or Instagram reels with people making miniature food. It's like not microscopic, but just so fucking tiny. And I'm like, man, like it's I don't know. It's so intriguing, but I'm like, what's the point? It's so tiny.
I know. I don't know. Well, I just followed this girl a couple days ago, actually, who that's her whole thing is like miniature, like she makes earrings that are miniature charcuterie boards and stuff. And it's like how much effort and detail had to go into that. I'm just amazed by it. I'm like, you better be charging $1,000 for that because and they look so real too. It's like I kind of like to make things that are more fun and like whatever, but I don't know
that make it accurate. Like it's like hyper realistic, and not even just like the food and stuff that I see, but I've seen miniature paintings, miniature little sketches where they'll do this sketch of, I don't know, also like a horse, and then they lay down the pencil and the scale, and you see it's like just the size of the pencil point. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they must have one of those things that has like a magnifying glass in front of their face or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I just made that up, but that's all that I can think of.
They probably got that, or like the headset.
Yeah.
Like those like clock workers wear.
It's people are just so so talented, and it's
Yeah.
really crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah. But that's what I don't know when I see your earrings, that's why my mind always goes back to miniature art or
I
miniature.
definitely get inspiration from, I follow only a couple of accounts that do that just because I, like I said, I don't want that to be all I see, because then it's like, not only are you worried that you're going to be copying but I don't want to compare myself, because like that girl that I was just talking about who makes the little charcuterie boards, like
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, she's been doing it for a lot longer, but it's like when you see everything she's making and I'm sitting there like, uh, should I even be doing this? Because I can't do that. Like I can't make what she makes, and I mean, it's just hard not to, for me anyway, it's hard not to get into my head about that kind of stuff and feeling like I'm not as good as other people or whatever. But, and it's just supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But it's fun and you want to try to make a living. So it's like a little bit more serious than just having fun.
Right.
So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I'm done. I'm finished.
I was gonna ask if you do markets. Do you set up at markets or anything?
So, well, I've done them for my job, but I haven't yet for my earrings. I think I want to do one this summer.
Mm.
And I think it's like an awesome thing to do and to get exposure. I know you do them. So I definitely want to.
Mm. What actually, if you don't mind me asking, what is your day job?
I work for a nonprofit in Kansas City, remotely, obviously. And I do like all the graphic design and social media. I work with people with developmental disabilities, so like Down syndrome and autism.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of just work with them after they've graduated high school to try to help them learn life skills and get jobs. And the goal is to have some kind of independent living community so that they can live on their own.
Okay, yeah.
But I've been working with people in the Down syndrome community since like high school. So I love it.
I have nephews that are on the spectrum of autism. So I believe my first nephew was what you just described sounded somewhat similar to a program that he was a part of, basically trying to help him with work, like to get a job that he can handle and slowly kind of get him out there with the community and stuff like that. Yeah, just adjusting with the world. But then that's great. I love that.
Yeah, it's very like, I mean, obviously it's rewarding. It's when I was there in person, I did their design and then also kind of was like oversaw the night classes, like because what they would do is have a daytime program and then starting at like 5 do kind of like after school classes. So there'd be like healthy eating and like it was just a cooking class. And then art, speed stacking. Have you ever seen the like cup stacking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that they're like crazy. Two of my dudes, Sam and Matt, shout out, they're not gonna watch this. Sam and Matt, they got like gold in the Special Olympics for speed stacking and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I last time I was in Kansas City, actually like a month ago, they did their first on stage performance of a play. So I got to be there for that. And that was really fun.
Nice.
They did a rendition of, or like not a rendition of, they did they did High School Musical, but like not really, because you can't legally do it, Yeah. They did the idea of High School Musical. And so that was fun. Yeah.
Now, my whole thing, it's like kind of like one of the running themes of the podcast is finding balance. Now, do you find yourself in an imbalance with work and your side biz, or are you still trying to, find the balance?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm technically now part-time for the nonprofit. So I do like most of my daytime is spent doing that, but I have like from 3 p.m. on pretty much to do whatever I want. But I mean, I'm also like, I don't know if I'm a morning person, but I'm definitely more productive in the morning. Like I wish I was one of those people who got like a burst of energy at like 9 p.m. and just wanted to create. Like, I'm not like that. Like, as soon as it gets dark outside, I like want to lay down and, whatever, hang out. So that's the only part of it that it would be cool if I had the daytime, just because I think I'm more creative during the daytime. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I'm just at a weird point of life kind of also where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, because all through school and everything, you always know what the next step is, like, okay, after here, I go here and then I do this. And then all of a sudden you're just expected to like do it. And you're like, wait, what am I doing? And I'm kind of in that place where I'm like, okay, I like all these things. Can I find a way to like put them together? Or, I quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everyone gets to that place where they're like, all right, I love doing what I do on the side of my day job. It's like, do I love it enough to turn it into a business or to make something out of it, or what? You start asking yourself, like, is this the thing, that it's like, I would love to be my own boss one day. It's like, is that gonna be
But it's scary.
Yeah.
Like being any kind of creator or like entrepreneur or whatever, like having a small business, it's like, because I'll have some months where we've talked about this a little bit, but where people act really excited and they want to buy stuff from you and then they just don't. And it's like, to me, that scares me a lot. And it's like, I totally get it. We all do it. But as the person who needs the income, it's scary to like put all those eggs in the baskets of others. You know what I mean? Like
artificial insemination.
No, but just like if you have a job, you're like, yeah, I get paid this day this much. Yeah. Whereas being an artist, it's like, it just kind of depends on what other people choose to do with their money if I get paid at all. And that's scary.
It's true. It's like, again, I hate to keep like raving on technology, but I think just because how everything is operated, it's like you can't just be an artist or a crafter or whatever the thing is. Like, you got to be all the other stuff. You got to make content, even if it's not flashy content. You just got to keep putting out content. It's all about like output and your niche and all that stuff.
And it's like you kind of have to, I mean, you don't have to, but the times I have paid for ad space or whatever on Instagram or like boosted a post, it's like, of course I get a bunch of new followers, whatever, but it's like, I don't
bots.
What?
It's either like you don't know how much is organic and how much are bots.
Right. And it's like, I definitely don't always have extra money that I feel like I can just put towards that. Yeah. So it's kind of sucks that you kind of have to like spend money to make money, whatever. I mean, I guess that's always true as like a creator, but it's just scary to not know what other people are going to do.
Yeah. Damn. This one feels a little darker than the first podcast. It's a little more serious tone.
I'm wearing my fun earrings, so let's talk about something else.
No, but you know what? Look, that it's true though. They are definitely things that people need to consider, especially aspiring artists or creators. Like, I don't know, you just gotta make, like, if you love it that much, these are the things you got to think about. It's well tough.
And if you're someone who is in a position where you can
Yeah.
You know, it just everyone's
Mhm.
position is different.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, that's all. Don't take my advice on anything, and please buy from both of us. Yeah.
No, I've been there though when people were like blowing smoke up my ass, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I smoke here. Not my
I know. Well, and it's, I get it too, because we've all been in a store or
yeah,
something. Well, maybe not we all. I definitely have, where you just don't want to be like a dick. So you are like, yeah, I'll be back or something. And then you just
yeah,
don't go back. Like we've all done it.
yeah,
But on Instagram, it does feel a little more like you had to go out of your way to tell me you're very excited to buy from me. You know, I don't know, whatever. It's not, it's fine.
it's like
But
all that effort.
yeah,
Oh,
it's like if you just see somebody in person and you walk by and you're trying to be nice, that's kind of one thing. But when people will go out of their way to like message me and tell me something and then I never hear from them again, I'm kind of like, that's cool, but maybe next time don't say that.
yeah, yeah. That's funny because like I'm dealing with that with like with like making not making friends, but committing to actually hanging out,
Oh, yeah.
which is I was just I had one of my oldest best friends visit out of the blue, and I was talking about it with her. She's been on the podcast a bunch of times. Her name's Vanessa, and I was like, yeah, I just feel like I don't know. Nowadays, it's like I don't know. It just feels not. I don't want to say harder, but it is kind of like it's like just more challenging to really, to get commitment from both sides because
Yeah.
because I get it. But I found myself in this kind of pattern of engaging with people and then trying to set something up, and then it just never falls through. And then it's like, all right, hey, I get it. Life throws you curveballs, so let's try, next time. And again that happens. And I try
Hard
to
to
be
not
like,
take it personally, though.
huh?
For me, it's hard to not take it personally at
Yeah,
a certain
same.
point. Like,
Yeah, well, I always remind them like, oh, well, they might be dealing with something, whatever. But it's just once I'm realizing like, all right, this has been happening for a bit now. I just kind of give up.
yeah.
But it's just like it's more so now, and I don't know, maybe it's because just I'm new here, like I'm still trying to connect with more people in Virginia, and connecting, like just networking hasn't been the challenge. It's like why can't we go out for a drink?
Yeah.
Like why, like it feels real inconvenient where I don't know, like at least not for me. I'll go out there. I'll go wherever they're at if that's more convenient. But yeah, and communication's key, because if he ghosts somebody, it's hard not to take it personal.
Oh, well, how long have you been there?
Here, like a year and a half.
Okay, that's how long I've been here. And so I'm going through a very similar
Okay.
thing of like, um, I've made like two friends here, more, not like best friends or anything, but two girls that I'll like can text to hang out with. But it's like if they're busy or have things, and I mean, like we've talked about, I'm definitely like can be a big introvert when you know, but and then I still have all my best friends from back home and my family that I'm so close to, and we're always talking. So it's like weird because I feel like I don't feel lonely. Like I'm always talking to someone, but or could if I want to. But it's like I have like three-ish best friends back in Kansas City that are like my like core best friends.
Mhm.
And I talk to all three of them like every day. And so sometimes I like find it hard to like want to try. I mean, I do want to try to meet new people, but
Yeah.
I'm also, it feels like I'm like, what? No, I'm not going to like anybody as much as I like them or something.
Yeah.
So, which is probably not true. I'm sure I could find people, but it almost feels like, I have them and I see them enough, and anyone I have met, there are two girls that I really, really like. But other than that, I'm kind of like, I feel like I haven't met anyone yet where I've been like, even like with us, where I instantly was like, oh, I like feel like we're friends already. Like that hasn't happened to me with anyone here, you know, to where it wasn't like, yeah, okay. We're on literally the opposite sides of the country. But it's like, it is weird how when you get older and you don't just have people around you all the time, it's like, oh, dang, I gotta like try really hard to make friends. And I don't want to.
Yeah. I wonder if this is just like the, you know, I wonder if this is just part of how everything's progressing. You know, like I hate to keep blaming everything on COVID, but you know, I think it's been evident that we need community because when we're surrounded by people, like when you find yourself in an area that you're not familiar with, but you feel at home, like that's really important. And yeah, when you kind of strip that from people for a couple of years, you know, that's going to be detriment. And then on top of just adjusting to everything else, and things are more convenient, more everything's on the devices, so it just takes away more of the personable aspect. It's just, yeah. And you know, I'm an ambivert too. I have my introvert moments, so you know, but still, it never felt this challenging to.
No, didn't
Yeah,
for me either.
because I remember I've met some people on a Facebook group, and I created this private chat with me and just like 2 or 3 other people, and we try to set up a day to like all meet up and like have a drink, because we were all at that point just trying to just meet new people in the city. And it was the same thing. Like I was like, you know, I was doing one of the pop-up markets here, and I was like, hey guys, like, you know, like I'm gonna be at this market. If you want to like come swing by, say hi. Like they have drinks, like we can have a drink together and just mingle, you know, outdoor event. But it like never worked out, and just all the attempts were just failed attempts. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be the guy that's always trying. So, you know, and I just know myself well enough. Like if I were to keep trying to keep pushing ideas of like, oh, okay, well, we didn't get to meet up here. Like I might be at this place. Like if I keep doing that, you're gonna start like there's gonna an attitude is gonna start showing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it gets like embarrassing.
I'll probably be like more sarcastic and be like, if you guys really want to come out.
Oh, that's like that's like totally how I am. That's like absolutely how I am. I'll take it out by being like very passive aggressive.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but that's part of my behavioral pattern.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
Anyone listening and watching, if you want to get to know me, you want to get to know us, that's our thing.
Yeah, it's like you don't, especially because it's one thing if you already are good friends with someone, and like, you know, if I have a friend who I know they're not a good texter or whatever, I know to expect that from them, or that's one thing. But it's like you do kind of have to put a little bit of like a face or whatever on when you're like getting to know someone, you know. It's like you do have to be a little more like polite or whatever than you normally would be. Yeah, I mean, I'm really terrible at that.
Well, but, same.
Like, because I'll right away want to be like, fuck you, you know, whatever. But you know, you kind of can't do that. It's like, but if I'm the one constantly trying to be your friend and I feel like it is not reciprocated, that doesn't feel good for me. Like,
yeah, I've gotten a couple of interesting reactions when I would tell people I'm from Jersey, but I mean, not that they were like.
What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
Because you said like, you know, we tend to be a little more polite. We kind of like serve ourselves, and I think me being from Jersey, like I'm aggressive. Like it's all in your face.
I'm from Kansas and I'm for some reason aggressive. So I don't think that worked out well for me.
You're a different breed.
I've heard that before.
That's a compliment.
Well, depends on like the inflection and the.
Yeah,
You're a different breed.
Always take.
You're a different breed.
Well, wait. How would the negative connotation be of saying that? Like,
you're a different breed.
I
I don't know. Okay, how do you say Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
See, what the fuck is that? You put the inflection on the wrong part.
That's just me though. I'm weird like that.
Oh, really?
No, for real. I emphasize like my emphasis on certain words. They're in the wrong places. I think that's just part of my speech impediment.
Don't do that to me.
What?
Do you have a speech impediment?
I think so, but yeah.
Okay, you're self-diagnosing a speech
I am.
impediment. Okay. I was like, don't make me the asshole that just made fun of you and now you have a speech impediment all of a sudden.
I was trying
to
think
that speech impediment earlier.
No, but I do. I do say certain things weird sometimes.
I mean, I think I do too, but like scorpion. Well,
wait, did you say squirt? Like squirt? Like squirt? Like scorpion?
Scorpion.
Say it again.
Scorpion. Like Squirtle, scorpion. And I know that's not right. Like,
it's subtle, but I mean, you can still get away with it.
There was something I said the other day. I think my dad was like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "I don't know. Scorpion. I don't know."
Salmonella, but for salmon, say salmon.
Salmon.
Aha! You do it nasally.
Salmon.
Yeah, my wife does that, but she does it real bad, like salmon.
Where's she from?
Jersey, and she's Italian.
Well, that makes more sense. See, I'm just the one that like doesn't make sense. Salmon.
Okay.
But that's weird. No, that's not how I say it. That's weird. Salmon.
You say like salmon.
Salmon.
Okay.
Bagel.
Because the proper way is salmon.
Yeah, I guess. Salmonella. But then, yeah, I feel like I said salmonella when I had it last week.
Speaking of salmonella, you are going through quite a battle.
It's me.
Yeah.
Speaking of salmonella, Jenna's here. Yeah, I had it. Yeah, so.
Wait, did you really?
Yes, anyone who knows me knows that Jif peanut butter is like my roommates in college would make fun of me because I would like have a tub by my bed in the middle of the night, and when I got hungry, I'll just eat spoonfuls of peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And so of course, when all the news was like a bunch of the peanut butter's being recalled, I just kept putting off looking at my peanut butter because I was like, it's not going to be mine. Like, what are the chances?
Girl.
And then I started feeling pretty bad for a few days, and all of a sudden I'm like on the Jif website, and I was like looking at the number and like looking at it. I was like, and I mean, I ate 3/4 of a jar of salmonella infested peanut butter. Infested? That sounds gross.
But you're not wrong. Right?
And then of course I had to Google what salmonella is because I was like, I don't even like really know what it is. You know, like I know the idea of it, but bacteria. I don't remember anymore what I looked up.
It's like a bacterial.
Yeah, like in your GI tract and whatever, and like you can die from it. So that was a fun thing to be like, oh, am I just gonna die from peanut butter?
We can all die from something. You can die from something.
We'll all die from something. Yeah.
Well, I too love peanut butter. And when I saw those articles, I was like, I don't eat Jif. I eat some Kroger brand, but I don't fuck with Jif.
Why?
Never will.
Like for a reason, or you just don't like it?
I just never, that was just a brand that we never got.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's what my dad always got at the store. So
You like creamy or crunchy?
I I'll have both on different occasions, but like for every day, creamy.
Hmm.
Do
Okay.
you I feel like you're like a crunchy, all natural peanut butter kind of guy.
Not, I mean, not all natural. I mean, the sugar makes a difference. If I have to, I'll eat all natural. I do love me a crunchy.
Yeah.
I have my own spoon. My wife got me a spoon that says G's peanut butter spoon because I too eat spoonfuls of peanut butter.
Wow.
I actually, I this is like a little snack that I do. If I got a sweet tooth and nothing good for dessert, I'll just get a little cup. I'll put vanilla yogurt, a couple scoops of that, and I'll put a few scoops of peanut butter and mix it up and just eat that. Or sometimes, actually, I used to just do peanut butter and jelly in a little cup and just not use the bread because fuck bread.
I've never disagreed with something anyone. I can't. I have to go. I just really love bread, but I that's gross.
What? Why is that gross?
Peanut butter and jelly like in a bowl. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not gross. It's just gross, you know.
Bread is just a vessel that transports the peanut butter and jelly into your mouth, son.
I don't have a comeback for that, but you're wrong for some reason. I'm not sure why you're wrong, but you're wrong.
I mean, the bread, it's a big factor, but I just like the flavor of peanut butter and jelly. Like I can deal without the bread, so I just.
Did you eat Uncrustables when you were little?
No.
You know what they are?
No.
They're like the little they were like pre-made peanut butter and jellies that the crust was taken off of it and they're a circle. And they're like you put them in the freezer. Uncrustables? We'll insert a picture of Uncrustables here.
Camera on me. There we go.
He's like, we will not insert a picture of Uncrustables.
Zoom does the thing. I have Zoom set up that way. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, they're good. I mean, they're good when you're little.
Well, I mean, all right. Okay, hold on. If I could take back the face that I made, I would. I guess.
Here,
Eyes
let's do
open.
that again. Have you ever heard of Uncrustables?
Oh.
Yeah. Insert a picture of Uncrustables here. No, yeah, they're fine.
I mean, because I do actually when I would eat a proper sandwich, I do sometimes would eat the crust first. Like I peel that off, and then I eat the rest of the sandwich. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm gangster like that.
Do you eat the crust of your pizza?
I eat crust first because the rest of the pizza is the best part.
Okay.
This is where I would put in like intense music in the background.
I just don't know how to feel about you. Wait, but what if have you never had one of those pizzas where they cut it all into squares and then
like Sicilian style? Or you mean just
like one of those big ass pizzas that doesn't even have crust? Like it does on the bottom, but not on the like around.
What are you talking?
Never mind. Okay.
Like I know when people do the square pizzas and then you would get the slices in the middle of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, those are the best pieces.
Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up, but people that don't eat their crust kind of like annoy me, you know?
Well, I don't like wasting food, so if I can, even if I'm already full, I'll try to eat the remain, like, you know, the leftovers. But yeah, I mean it sounds whack, but that's kind of partially why I eat the crust first, because I don't want to throw out. I don't want to be a person that throws the crust away, so I just eat it.
My favorite.
Unless there is a good reason to save the crust for dipping purposes.
Oh well, yeah, yeah, that's fair. But my favorite part of pizza is where the pizza meets the crust.
Well,
Like I like to have a bite that's like half the pizza with the cheese and then half if the crust is good, I should say.
do you like a lot of pizza sauce? You got a lot of sauce in your pizza?
I don't really like a lot of anything. Like I like it to be like equal amounts. I'm never somebody that wants like extra cheese.
But I
Like,
mean, because there's some, I don't know. I feel like there's just some places they just, I just feel like they might just have a little too, like if you're taking a bite and it's just oozing out sauce, like, all right.
well, okay, so is that Chicago style or deep dish? Whatever. I don't think I've ever had a deep dish pizza where it's like almost all sauce, you know? Like lasagna, pretty much.
I like it when there's more cheese than sauce. That's where I'm getting at.
Okay.
Anyway.
I think I like even amounts
do
of
you
all
eat
of
your
them.
pizza conventionally, like the normal way from point to back?
Uh, unless there's a reason not to. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Wow. You roll it or some shit.
I don't buy the rolling thing because even if you do like a fold, and
Yeah,
then it's just
fold.
like then every time you bite in, then you gotta look out for the ass, basically, you know, and all the shit just starts the juices, everything starts dripping because you know
Because it's the ass.
because it's the ass. We got some leakage up in that ass.
Yeah, that was me last week. SalmoJenna. I was calling myself SalmoJenna last week and nobody thought it was as funny as I did.
That's gonna be the fucking title of this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, SalmoJenna.
It sounds like I don't know, it sounds like an exotic name.
Yeah, but I don't, I'm like the least exotic looking person ever. So,
Well, that's when the power of makeup comes into play. You start throwing on layers of you start throwing on layers of
I think they
makeup.
have a name for that.
Oh, bukkake. Wait.
No.
what?
No.
What now?
Like, never mind. Never mind.
Oh. That was weird.
Yeah.
No, but what is the deal with women throwing on a shit ton of makeup? Is that just insecurity?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you do.
Well,
I know.
I think it depends on the person.
Oh.
I would say most of it is yes, insecurity.
Okay.
I think there are people who it's it's like an art form to them and it's like their passion. I see your cat. Hello, cat. But yeah, I would say like 90% of it is probably like trying to look prettier.
Like I understand like the aspect of like because I mean I've seen some great makeup work, but I mean like I'm just talking about the basic bitches that be like just throwing a shit ton of makeup on for like a stroll to 7-Eleven or some shit.
Oh yeah, I don't understand at all. I'm just so, especially since COVID, like I just look homeless like 95% of the time and I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes I like worry that I've gone too far with that, you know, because I'm like I've always been into fashion and I used to like shop a lot more than I do now and stuff and I'm like not as into that anymore. I like looking at it, but I just am kind of like I feel like I'm home more and stuff, so I just kind of don't care. But then sometimes that worries me. I'm like, ugh, why don't I care? You know, like.
No, I think I know what you're saying. I used to like love buying like flashy shit, like real like like shoes. I used to get like there was this brand of shoe called Circas, and they would make these like just real nice, like colorful sneakers, and I mean they're expensive, but I used to buy like real colorful shit, and I don't know. Now I'm just like always wearing like, athletic wear.
Yeah.
Like it's all functional shit now, and I'm like, huh, what is that? Is that like maturity or like
I
losing
know.
my flavor? I don't know, like what's happening here?
Yeah. And I think we probably go through phases, like maybe at some point later we'll care more. I don't know. Or we won't. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
But then I see people who dress really cool all the time and I'm like, oh, they're so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be that, but I just don't care enough to like put that much effort into what I wear
Yeah. Yeah.
most of the time.
Mm, I don't know. Have you are you still like following comedy as close as ever?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, we okay. All right, you
Should
just
we
got
talk about the thing?
which thing? Because I don't know if we both follow the same thing. What's the thing?
The Brendan Shaw Bobby thing?
Oh, I mean I've only listened to Tiger Belly when Brendan Schaub was on it. That was an awkward ass.
It was so awkward.
I don't know all the details on it. All I can really say is just the timing for it is impeccable because Brendan Schaub just put out his special, which is yeah, it's like it's unfortunate for him right now because he just put out a special and all this shit's going on. And I was on my friend's podcast, a sports podcast, and we were talking about MMA. And I was talking about Brendan and saying how I love listening to him talk about MMA because he's been in the game. But I never thought he was funny. And I always had this perception that he was, I'm always hearing him doing like these big shows or like arenas or whatever. Maybe not arenas, but just, he's hustling. And I finally saw his special. And his special was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But having said that, now all this shit with Reddit and like, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. That was a hard episode to listen to. But I didn't listen to was it H3?
Yeah, you didn't.
No,
So that's like the podcast I've been telling you
yeah.
yeah. So like they just happened to do that crossover and then that's when all the shit went down.
Yeah.
Because Ethan can be like a shit starter a little bit. I think he does enjoy doing that, but he genuinely like really likes Bobby. So I don't think he meant to like upset him.
Yeah.
You should watch it though. I want them to redo it so bad and just have like a fun normal episode because really the whole episode it was like almost hard to watch. Like Bobby was, you could tell he was like internally freaking out the whole time and like just scared and just didn't want to go there. But then Kalila kept going there. And it's her thing. I mean, it's both of their thing to talk about, but
well, like this is all about like their open relationship thing. Like, because I really don't even know what this is all like.
So about. Like 5 years ago or something at the Comedy Store, Brendan or Javier, is it Brendan? Brendan Shaw? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like very blatantly hit on Kalila and like was like inappropriate to her, even though he knew she was dating Bobby. Okay. And so she just like brought it up on Trash Tuesday. And they didn't even say his name though. They were like, there's a comedian did this. Yeah. And then I think he didn't even really watch it. He just like heard from other people and it like started this whole thing. And then they were like threatening to tell people about their open relationship, whatever. But it was just weird. It was weird, especially being a big fan of H3 and Tiger Belly. And they only cross every few years or whatever. But so then to have them cross the one time and have all this crazy drama come out of it was like weird. Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to follow drama. But yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to
I mean, yeah, I think it's fine now, but
I don't think
it just made me feel bad for Bobby mostly. I was like sad. I mean, I
Well,
I
like,
messaged you. I was like, don't people, don't hurt Bobby. Like, don't
yeah.
do that. Anyone else but Bobby, don't do that. Not that he can't like start shit too, but
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's just, I don't know what to make of it. Again, you know, I try not to follow
thank you
drama.
for your input.
Well, I guess I don't, again, yeah, I don't know. Well, because I just know just random shit that I hear from, well, from them. But like, I guess like it's all, was it like all correlated with the open relationship that Bobby and Kalila had? Because they brought that up too. And I don't,
No, that wasn't even, that was just Brendan was like threatening to tell everyone that they were having an open relationship
oh,
if they didn't like take back saying or whatever that he had bullied Bobby.
okay.
And so then just to like get out ahead of it, they were like, so he's pretty much threatening to like use this on us. So we're just going to say it instead of, they were, and then they talked about it. They were like, when Bobby was in rehab and like having a hard time before that, they broke up for a while. And then whatever, they were just kind of talking about how it was like hard for them.
Mm.
And people tried to spin it to make it seem like Kalila was cheating on Bobby, but that's like not really what happened.
Right.
So you don't like reality TV or anything then?
I don't.
You're
No.
like too good of a person for that? Because I love it.
I wouldn't say that, and at least I wouldn't say it in those words. I just I can only take so much bullshit.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, because like my wife will watch like trash television just because just to unwind, like not because she's genuinely interested in the drama, but it's just it takes her mind off of work and stuff. So I get that, but I don't know, maybe because whatever I'm gonna take in, I don't want that to have any impact on anything, like any of my decisions or influences or anything. Like I don't I just don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog is like,
I'm like, are you like
she's
if
like
we were in
thinking about
person,
getting
I
up
would think you're
on the,
reaching for a weapon. Like,
no, she was like thinking about getting up on the couch. And I was like, okay, either like stay there. Like, yeah.
no, yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know. What like whatever everyone's into, I tend to go the opposite way. I don't know if because I always lean it on my rebellious nature. So I, anytime everyone's like, "Oh, you should watch this or whatever, try that," I'm like,
So we have to use
"No."
like reverse psychology on you. I should be like, you'd really hate, I don't know, Chipotle.
Well,
I'm
no,
just
but it feels
thinking,
like Housewives. Like if you tried that shit on, gee, you would really hate Real Housewives of New Jersey.
but you would really hate
But
it
I'd be like,
though.
I do hate Real
You'd be like, no, yeah,
Housewives.
no, I really hate it. I really, good call, because I really hate it.
Well, like Game of Thrones, I always use that as an example. Everyone loves Game of Thrones. People would assume I would love Game of Thrones, especially at the time when I was working on just zombie art. Like, oh, they got the White Walkers in there, the zombies too. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Wait, so you don't like Game of Thrones?
I just never followed it. I never got into
Oh,
it.
well, see, I just watched it for the first time like last year
Mhm.
because it was one of those shows that felt like once you missed it, you missed it. I was like, it's just too much. They're long. There's like too much going on. But then during the pandemic, I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. And I really liked it. But
Yeah,
what about Breaking Bad? Do you like Breaking Bad?
never
You
watched it.
don't? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I'm not saying like whatever I didn't watch that people were watching. I didn't watch it because I like hated it or disliked it. It's just like I just never got into it. Never got on the wagon with a lot of the popular stuff.
What show are you watching right now? Or are
Uh,
you? What was the last show you watched?
I mean, something new at least is the season 3 of Love, Death, and Robots.
I've never heard of that before.
It's on Netflix. It's an animated series, but it's all like different styles. So sometimes it's 3D animation, 2D,
That's
and
cool.
all like this. It's crazy. I mean, aesthetically and like the stories too are pretty crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very just like very particular about the stuff that I get into.
Do
Other
you
than
know
that,
who,
I just watch reruns of
yeah.
the coms.
Do you know who Tig Notaro is?
Yeah.
One of her, or maybe her most recent, I love her. And her like most recent special, the whole thing, she had a bunch of different animators animate her in different styles. So the whole, have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
So she did her whole stand-up special, but it's all like every story she tells, she had like a different artist animate it however they wanted. So it's just her doing stand-up, but them using like either they're drawing her on stage and then drawing like I don't know. It was really, as an artist to watch, I thought it was really cool. It
No,
was just she did it during the pandemic and stuff. It was like an interesting, I've never seen somebody do that before. I thought it was cool.
costs a lot of money, I'm sure. I mean, she can afford it, but
Yeah.
yeah, that shit's not cheap.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, actually, um, are you a fan of Tim Dillon by any chance?
I like, I'm not a fan. I
Oh,
haven't watched him a ton, but
okay. We just saw him live this past weekend. It's fucking hilarious. Um,
I just found out he's gay.
yeah.
Bring it all back to Pride.
Yeah, actually.
I was
Well,
surprised. I
that's
don't know.
that's the funny thing about him because people get on his shit because he like sounds like a
Like conservative.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean like you're talking it's like you can't if he's like if he's ripping on gay people, it's like you can't be mad at him because he's fucking
Yeah.
gay. And you know, it's just and the shit he talks about, like his material is just hilarious. But he's one of those comics because like I don't know, I feel like at least the way I've been choosing who like which comic I want to continue to follow. Like I'm realizing like there are some comics that I find more entertaining as podcasters as opposed to their material. Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of comics that I am following now that it was because of their podcast. And then I would see their material and then I'm like, oh, like it's not that it's not good, but it's not my type of humor, the comedy that I enjoy. And yeah, following all these comics kind of help me realize like, oh, this is the type of comedy that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jeremiah Watkins. I love him on Scissor Bros. He's just a genuinely sweet guy. Like
Yeah.
when I see him do all these great deeds for Stevie, I'm like, oh, like what a good friend. Like I would
Yeah.
love to have that friend. I mean, I have friends like him, but I mean, I would love to like hang out with him. Excuse me. I don't know why I said excuse me for that one burp out of all the other times I've been
It was
burped.
like a very intense burp though. It was aggressive.
Did you hear it?
Yes, I heard it. We all heard it.
Yes. But I didn't think his stand-up is that funny, or at least just what I've seen so far, his material.
Yeah, well, and I've told you that's why I'm like scared to watch Bobby's stand up because I don't know that I would think it was
It's
funny.
different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially if you're gonna watch his old stuff, you probably won't like it. It's
I don't think
definitely
I
shit.
want to do that.
It's definitely cancelable.
Oh, well, I don't really care about that. I just think he gets too like crazy, like,
Yeah, he's very physical. Yeah,
yeah. And to me, that's not like my favorite. I don't know.
I like I'm learning more that I do like what's the word? Observational comedy, I guess. So like
Do you like Mike Birbiglia?
maybe I don't the name doesn't ring a bell.
He has, he's very like, I don't know if you like him. I,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it. But he's very that. Like he'll
Okay.
talk about just stuff that everyone, like everyday life stuff.
Is he a clean comic or is he
Is he a what?
a clean comic? Like,
No, I mean, he's not like super raunchy, but I'm not like,
okay. I'm
no.
just wondering.
But he's on Netflix, I think, because
Okay.
I think he's funny.
All right. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying,
Shout out, Mike.
Sam and Jenna.
Hey, Mike, it's SalmoJenna.
Well, that's why I like Mark Norman and Sam Morril, because that's what a lot of their shit is. But so there are some specials that I watched recently that, again, because I think I enjoy them more on podcasts than their actual stand-up, and they're more like storytelling comics. Like, do you like Christina P?
I have not watched her stand up. I've just seen her on like Your Mom's House.
Right. And do you enjoy her on Your Mom's House or like on podcast?
For the most part, yes, I do.
So I too enjoy her on those podcasts, and her new special came out, and so I watched it. And then I'm watching, I'm like, it's not that great. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's just my opinion. Like, you might see it and you'd be like, oh, like this is funny, but I wasn't feeling it, and it's just, I don't know, I guess I find it interesting. It's more I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Evident. I don't know. I guess like podcasting really has made an impact in terms of like comics way of.
Oh, well, I was just watching one of the most, or I don't know, since I work from home, it's like all of these, just roll during the day. And it's like sometimes I'm not even paying attention, but I'll just like have it on. And I think her and Tom were talking about for her most recent special. They didn't say how much because they didn't want to.
Oh, how much they spent on their fucking outfit.
Yeah, that it's the most they've spent on like any outfit or something. And I just
the
was
most they've
like,
ever spent on in
for
general.
her, like,
well, she had like she had the Cristazzi diamonds, I think, like real expensive diamonds on like the line.
yeah, but like, okay, people like her as but it's like she's not the. She's not Kevin Hart or like Ellen DeGeneres. You know what I mean? It's like, so I was just kind of like, what?
She went all in. And again, so that's what I'm saying too, right? Because she said that's like in her material. So I was like, oh, like it kind of made the feeling even more so like, oh, like this special, like all that for the special that I didn't really think that was that.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
But I mean, obviously she's got hardcore fans. I loved it and supported it. So, I mean, so it doesn't matter what I think, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a letdown. There's been like a few letdowns of like recent specials. I'm like, damn, like, because actually I will say this, seeing comics live that's what really did it to for me in terms of like, now I find live shows way funnier than specials, especially like knowing the insights now, like, it's how they edit all their shows into one special and all that.
Right.
So yeah, when you're actually seeing it live and you feel the flow and you feel like the room, like everyone's in there together, laughing together, it's like, oh man, the experience definitely.
Oh yeah.
And
I definitely laugh more when I'm in those situations than I do if I'm just like watching somebody's special on TV. Like Whitney Cummings was in town like a year ago and my friend and I went, and I mean, I think she's funny, but like seeing her and being there with everybody and when she's interacting with the audience and everything, like, and you're drinking and stuff, it just makes it funnier than like if I'm watching her on Netflix. I still think she's funny, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Giannis Papas, I don't know if you are familiar with.
God bless you.
I have to tell you.
Okay.
Capture my reaction.
Well, sorry, I'm team Chris DiStefano, so you can fuck yourself. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I don't care about. I mean, they're fine.
The
I don't.
history hyenas thing.
I was just joking, though. I don't even really know what I'm talking about.
Oh, but you do.
I mean, I have a vague idea, but I never watched history or listened to it, whatever. So
Neither have I.
I just saw them both on Tiger Belly, like talking about it.
Yeah, I remember those episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we saw Giannis here in Richmond, and he was hilarious too that night. And then he just put out his special, and I was telling my wife, I'm like, oh man, it's a good thing we saw his shit live, because I don't know. I also feel like the crowd that he was in front of in the special wasn't that great, because
Really?
I don't. Well, I'm probably being biased because I saw it live.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it just the reaction, it was, I don't know, it
Like
felt
felt
different.
more fun when you were there.
Yeah, and yeah, and again, right, because then everything, that special is probably what, 2 or 3 shows compiled into one. So just like the rhythm of his bits probably don't translate well. But
Yeah.
I do believe, like, now I think I mean, Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. Like, yeah, like, being there is so much different, so much better than watching a special. Because I just love comics for their specials, and then being a closer follower, it's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. Like, do you know of, like, comics going through your area?
Yeah. It's also gotten to the point where I think I've looked it up enough times that now a lot of my like Facebook ads and stuff will be
Like,
this person coming to, like, Fortune Feimster was just here a couple
okay,
weeks ago, and I like love her, so I wanted to go. I didn't go, but
yeah,
uh so now it's being recommended to me a lot more of like this person's gonna be here,
yeah,
but but yeah, I am definitely more into it now, watching all the podcasts and everything and knowing how, I mean, I always knew that work went into it and that it's hard, but
yeah.
um it's also interesting how different people can be. Like we've talked about, like how I love Bobby, but I don't know that I would love Bobby as a stand-up. It's like
Mm,
those can be like almost a whole different person from what you get on like a podcast. So
mm,
it's interesting to see the persona they, or like whatever they're portraying on stage. For
yeah.
some it's very similar to who they are, and then for some of them it's not. And so I mean it's definitely an art form, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been, like, real into it lately. I mean, I had a comic on recently who I saw him open for Annie Letterman,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
And he's a real cool guy. He's from Jersey. And yeah, I just been, like, really into that shit. So, because I do, like, yeah, it's just like you said, like, comedy as an art form. That's been, like, what I've been running on lately. Is just, I really respect it so much
Yeah.
more. Which brings me to this, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to try and open my. No,
I was like, oh my God, you have to warn me before you do this. Okay.
Just kidding. No, I do not have the balls to do that. Wait, we talked
Oh,
about this though, right?
yeah.
Like, if we would try it, you said no, or did you say, what did you say?
I did some improv when I was younger, but I just, no. No, I don't. Because, like, when I get nervous, I'm just somebody who gets too nervous. And so, as funny or whatever as I think that I have the potential to be, it's like, as soon as I get nervous and I'm in front of people, I die. And I don't want to die.
You just drop
I
dead.
just don't want to die. So, no, I will not be doing stand up anytime soon. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I have stage fright, performance anxiety.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I
No,
don't deal with rejection very well.
me either.
Yeah, not for me. Although I'm not gonna lie, being such a fan lately, my brain does try to like come up with jokes.
Oh,
Like
me too.
but like, well, I mean, we toss these really bad jokes at each other, but then there are times, actually one time I caught myself, I was getting stuck in traffic and I literally was trying to come up with like a bit in my head
Yeah.
about like the bit was you know how like people say like, oh, you can know someone by looking through their garbage.
Yeah.
And then so I was trying to come up with a bit where it's like, yeah, you can tell the type of person who by looking at their shit, like their poop. Yeah. And so I was like trying to work that through. Didn't end well, but yeah. Well, because my thing was like, well, like I know what was mine? I think it
Sounds
was
pretty
like,
shitty. Yeah. No, we'll workshop that. We'll workshop that.
I'll have to remember it because I had the punchline. I just can't remember it right now.
See, that's my thing is I can think of like things that I think are funny punchlines. It's the building up around it that I'm like, that seems almost impossible to me. Like to make up a whole story or whatever in a way that makes it all flow together and make sense. I'm like, that's hard.
Yeah.
Like I can think of a funny premise in any time, but
Right.
being
But
able to,
closing it.
yeah, like that, get it out of me is the part where I'm like, I don't know.
That's where she is.
We should do our act on the road. J and G, GJ.
GJ. GJ. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Okay. You're supposed, what's the yes and? You're not supposed to say no.
Oh, what? What are these tactics?
You'll never make it in the comedy world.
No, I wouldn't. We know this.
I wouldn't either. So
That's why I draw portraits.
yeah, that's why we're artists.
Yeah. Now, oh, your earrings. I had an idea for your earrings. And what if you did a all right, I don't know if I'm revealing how I think you know how old I am. But do you remember the candy that had like the different pouches and each one was like a different
Fun dip?
powder? Huh? Is that what that is?
Fun dip.
You should make fun dip earrings.
Like the stick
like,
and then have little powder on the end?
It could be like the packet with like the stick in it, and the earring would hang from the stick end, maybe. Just an idea. I just can't do it.
Thank you.
Tried. Yeah. Fuck what I just
I'll try
said.
to
Fuck it.
I'll draw.
Terrible.
It's
You
keep doing what you're doing, man. You keep doing what you're doing.
Just, you know what? Forget it.
You keep drawing those portraits. All right, guys. Well, anyway, we'll be back next week with Dr. Drew, and he'll be helping us through this difficult time.
Dr. Drew.
Yeah, I don't know. He popped into my head. What?
You listen to Dr. Drew?
I mean, no.
Oh, okay.
I kind of can't take any doctor seriously who's like he might be fine, I don't know, but it just seems weird to me to like use your knowledge in that. I don't know. I don't know what I just talk sometimes.
You know what? Talking about trying to do stand-up. Yeah, have you ever watched Kill Tony?
No, but you asked me that last time.
I did, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay, but no, okay. I'm gonna do that after this, and then I'll report back to you.
You don't have to.
No, I will, because last time I remember being interested, and then I just forget things. And I watched the same episode of Bad Friends 8 times, so I could just watch Kill Tony. Like,
I was just gonna say, like, watching people bomb, it is entertaining.
Oh, I get secondhand embarrassment like so bad, but
You know what? We would be really good at the interview parts of those of that. If we did Kill Tony, we would probably our minute would suck, but I think the interviews would make up for the minute, and that's usually been the case a lot.
yeah, we'd kill it.
Yeah. You look
Yeah.
like you're concerned. Is your dog doing something over there?
Yes, she is, but I thought she was throwing up. She wasn't. She was eating something off the floor. She throws up a lot, and so I was like, "Oh no, she's about to barf while I'm doing this." It's okay.
I mean, that's a concern I have with one of my cats. So you're not alone there. But this is crazy because fucking it's been 2 hours already.
Wow.
I honestly, like, it really didn't feel like 2 hours.
No, it didn't.
I've been checking the timer here every now and then. I'm like, fuck, really? But this was an interesting episode.
Don't say interesting, because then I'm gonna get like in my head about it and be like, "Oh, you don't have to post it if you don't want to."
Well, no, that's not okay. When I say interesting, it's not because it's bad. Interesting is a good thing. I say it's interesting because it is it's different from our first meeting.
Yeah.
I think we kind of dove in a little more. The first one was super fun. This is a good one too. Because
The first one was super fun. This was not like that. I feel like we both were like more tired or something this time a little bit.
No, it's just I think it's just I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just where we're at right now in terms of our lives. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And like, I'm more tired in terms of my life.
Are you more tired lately?
Yes.
Is it because of work? Or is it because of the hustle?
Yeah. Well, it was the salmonella. And then
okay. Yeah, well, are you still recovering from that, or are you fully recovered from that? I don't know how that works.
I don't really know either. Like what's today? Today's Wednesday. On like Monday, I still definitely did not feel good. So I probably am still a little bit like I feel like a lot better today than I did, but I still have been like kind of like out of it a little bit.
But this is literally just like days from
Yeah,
I wasn't aware. Oh, I kind of feel bad. We could have rescheduled.
No, if I really didn't feel well, I would have told you.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem being like, see ya.
Well then, shit.
So on that note, why do I do like this kind of stuff?
Do you do that generally?
Yes. But it's like in the last few years, I like have gotten weirder with my hands.
Yeah, you did. This is new to me. Okay, this is new to me. I remember this from the first appearance. Pew, 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 pew.
Well, it's summertime, so I'm hanging loose.
Oh, yeah, brah. Let's go hit the waves, brah.
I'm scared of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm an islander, so I should be loving the water, but I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Thank
you. Keep the smooth recovery going. Anything you want to share with our audience before we bring this thing home? Plugs.
Oh, plugs. I thought you said books. I was like, no.
Okay. I was like, are you misinterpreting plugs? Because
there's ear, there's butt. No, okay. No. Sorry.
Well, you have new earrings. Okay.
Yeah. We got some of these that you've seen, the Pop-Tarts. If you guys have any ideas that are better than Fun Dip, let me know.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. Make sure you like and subscribe and click that notification bell. Leave a comment down below.
Oh shit. Yeah, fake. We'll do fake gang signs.
I just almost did a real one for a second. Or like, no, that's not. That's just okay.
That's shocker.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Oh, actually, we will close with this. Have you ever heard of all the different types of shockers? I shared this with Sarah. I felt so proud. Are you aware of the many types of shockers?
Like this?
Yeah.
I'm only really aware of this.
Oh, well, there's lots more. For those that are just listening, you may want to tune in on YouTube to see what I'm about to demonstrate. But you got the shocker.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Correct. You got the bocker, which is reversed.
Oh, okay.
Then you got the predator.
What?
You know the predator, the monster. And then you have double revolver. And then you have asteroid.
What's that one called?
Asteroid.
Cool.
Yeah. Please be sure if you're gonna try this at home, have full agreement on your terms. Have a safety word. Have plenty of paper towels and plastic coverings. Maybe some Febreze, bleach, mop, barbecue sauce.
Huh? Did you say barbecue sauce?
Yeah. This is a weird episode.
That's all.
All right. Everyone tuning in, thanks for joining us. Jenna, thanks for doing this with me again. And yes, do as she said earlier, like, share, subscribe, do all those things to get me out there in the algorithm. Let's build this community. I like to go with the algorithm. Never mind. I was trying to come up with something.
Yeah, I like saw where you were trying to go, but I'll go where the rhythm goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck me. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Yeah, fuck him.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay aware, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out. Yeah, man.
Hang loose.